Hello, everyone, and this reel is a very special one because I've been wanting to do this thing for such a long time. I wanted to make something about reading, especially, and just giving a bit of an uh, or just sharing an opinion about how to start reading according to me. So you can share your journey in the comments below as well, and just tell me how you started to read and how you really started, like really started to read, not just the syllabus books, not just random stories. Although I'm not really a big fan of short stories, I really like big novels. I really wanna, go through that whole journey. I'm not mostly a movie kind of person. I'm more of a series kind of person. So I mostly like big novels where I can go through the story, know the character, know the story through this thing, and not just the protagonist, but all of the characters. So I'm a great fan of fiction as well. So this is where I mostly got in love with reading. So when I really started to read not just fiction but other genres as well, whether it is self-help, which is kind of got into a whole toll, and it has its own place and will always have it in some way or another. You consume it in various forms. And what is today's reading advice for now? So what I've learned over the period of time is that you should always start with the thing that you really love reading and not something that somebody has advised you to read. You should start with the genre that you're into. Maybe you are in a specific profession, or you just really like something, or something that is related to your interest, whether it is being an artist, being a some from science field, or anyone. So for me, it really worked. And as well as something that you're really interested in. I'm really someone who is interested in history and mythology, so I mostly tend to read some of these things. So that was my first advice, not an advice, but just a share of, that was my first share of a little opinion about how I got into reading and how you also can start reading today only, and just pick that one short story from Ruskin Bond, Sudhamurti, maybe just some childhood stories, or maybe you can just pick up a Panchtantra book and just read those morale-based stories and get better with any of the things. Whether your goal is getting better with your language, any specific language, whether it is any regional language, any foreign language, or even in specifically in English for any goals, or you just want to start reading because it is a very imaginary idea that if you start reading, you get a lot more, I guess, if I'm using the right word, is intellectual. Well, you do get a little bit intellectual. I have always been liking reading, but I always used to read some syllabus kind of book, which were amazing. I wouldn't say that they were bad because it helped me gaining a lot of concepts and knowledge over the period of time. I don't say that I'm too intelligent to know to concepts. I also forget them as well. But at the same time, it just really you can then go back to not just reading it as a syllabus but as a concept and revise it someday, and you can just pick a random book and really get into new concepts as well.